Today we are going to learn the non-spontaneous or man-made nuclear reactions. Before that we saw the concept of radioactivity. Radioactivity, that is the natural nuclear reaction or spontaneous reaction in which there is a spontaneous emission of fundamental particles. Similarly, if there is a radioactive element uranium having atomic number 92 and mass number 235, when nucleus of an atom releases or emits alpha particles which is same with that of helium nucleus. Alpha particle, helium nucleus means it has two protons and two neutrons. Means when there is a emission of one helium particle or alpha nucleus, then atomic number of element decreases by 2 and mass number decreases by 4. Means new element form will be thorium with decrease of 2 atomic number and decrease of mass number by 4. That is the radioactivity. The uranium or any other radioactive element will emits the fundamental particles spontaneously. That is called as radioactive process, radioactivity or spontaneous process. Now we have to learn the non-spontaneous or man-made process. That is what, if there is a bombardment of one of the fundamental particle, maybe alpha particle, beta particle or gamma particle on a nucleus of an element, then it will forms the another element. That process is called as transmutation. So today we'll study about the process of transmutation. Transmutation is human made or non-spontaneous nuclear reaction which converts one element into the another element by bombarding it with fundamental particle. Now that fundamental particle may be alpha particle, beta particle or gamma particle. But as we know that helium is a heavy nucleus having two protons and two neutrons. Beta particles which is having a same like that of electron, and gamma rays which emits only the energy. Means if there is a bombarding of gamma particles, only the internal energy will be changes. So generally alpha or helium nucleus is used for transmutation. Now when one stable nucleus is converted into the radioactive nucleus, it is called as induced or artificial transmutation. Induced artificial transmutation means when one element are struck with a particle of an element in linear accelerator. With this process, some of the protons from bombarding particles are logged into the different elements. Or for example, first artificial transmutation is carried out for nitrogen element. Suppose there is one of the nucleus of an element which contains number of protons and number of neutrons. When we bombard some of the helium nucleus or alpha particle with two protons and two neutrons, when there is a bombardment of alpha particle on the element or nucleus of other element, then these protons and neutrons get bombarded into that element or enter into that element. Suppose we will show that two protons and two neutrons like this. So two protons and two neutrons, if they enter into that element, then that element or nucleus of that element becomes unstable, and the proton of bombarding element, get logged into that target nucleus, and which emits the neutron N01, that is neutron, and again it will emits the subatomic particle which has mass negligible or mass equal to electron, but it is having a positive charge. It is denoted as E or +1 0. It is called as positron. It is called as positron. Means when there is a bombardment of fundamental particle onto the nucleus of element, then protons of that bombarding element get locked into that nucleus, into the target nucleus, and which emits the neutron. It emits the neutron into a different elements. This is the process of induced or artificial transmutation. Suppose we see the another example. For example, if we consider the nucleus of atom boron. Boron has atomic number 5 and mass number is 10. If there is a bombardment of one helium nucleus or one alpha particle. Now we'll see the example of artificial transmutation. When there is a bombardment of alpha particle onto a stable nucleus of boron, it transfers into the nitrogen with emission of neutron, and it spontaneously emits one positron. Here helium having 2 protons and 2 neutrons. Boron is having atomic number 5, mass number 10. It will be transformed by the bombardment of alpha particle into the nitrogen 713, and nitrogen 713, a stable nuclei, emits spontaneously a positron having a radioactive element carbon 6 and 13. Similarly, if there is a bombardment of alpha particle on the aluminium is having atomic number 13, mass number 27, then there is a emission of neutron and it will transforms, aluminium element will transforms into a phosphorus having atomic number 50, mass number 30, and that phosphorus emits the positron. Simultaneously it emits the positron which is having charge +1 and mass that is negligible or equal to electron. When there is a bombardment of helium nucleus on helium nucleus, or we can say the alpha particle on the stable element of magnesium, then it transforms into a silicon having atomic number 14 and 27 by the emission of neutron. Means protons of alpha particle will log into the nucleus of magnesium and it will transform that protons into a silicon. Therefore here atomic number increases by 2, and that silicon will again spontaneously emits the positron, or also called as plus beta particles. Means if there is a artificial transmutation, the protons of bombarding element or protons of fundamental elements will be logged into the target nucleus which spontaneously emits the positron. It is called as artificial or induced transmutation. Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn the another type of nuclear reaction, that is called as nuclear fission reaction. Nuclear fission, that is splitting of nucleus, but it is the process of splitting of heavy nucleus of an atom into 2 or more nearly equal fragments by release of large amount of energy. Means if there is a heavy nucleus of an atom when it splits into two or more different fragments with emission of neutron and some amount of energy. That process is called as nuclear fission. Suppose it is the heavy nucleus of one of the atom, or it is also called as parent nucleus, which contains number of neutrons and protons. When neutron having zero charge and one mass, if neutron get absorbs into the parent or heavy nucleus, then it will split into two different fragments, or we can say that into two different elements called as fission products with emission of neutron, and large amount of energy is also released. That process is called as nuclear fission. For example, we have a stable heavy nucleus, uranium. Atomic number of uranium is 92, mass number is 235. If this heavy nucleus of uranium is splits into two different fragments by the process, it is called as nuclear fission. When the neutron N01 is absorbed into the heavy nucleus of uranium, then it becomes unstable, because N01, the number of neutron, will enter into the parent nucleus, that is uranium nucleus. So stable nucleus, by having one more neutron, it will be unstable. If it will be unstable, size of the nucleus will increases, and by increasing the size, it will forms two different fragments. Uranium, by the absorption of neutron, it will forms two different fragments as barium and krypton. Barium is having atomic number 56, mass number 142. Krypton has atomic number 36, mass number 91. When there is a splitting of heavy nucleus of uranium, it will emits 3 neutrons plus some amount of energy. It is the one of the nuclear reaction of or example of nuclear fission. Sometimes in some reaction, heavy nucleus may emit two neutrons. There may be 2 neutrons or 3 neutrons, but average of neutrons per fission is 2.5 neutrons. For energy release, if we will see the reaction of nuclear fission, per fission it will produces approximately 200 milli-electron volt of energy. Now, as heavy nucleus uranium will emit 3 neutrons. 3 neutrons means 3 mass number. Masses of all the reactant and products will be same. 1 neutron plus 235, that is 236. Similarly, mass of barium and krypton, that is 142 and 91, it will be 233. 233 plus 3 neutrons, that is 236, means mass of fission product is less than mass of parent nucleus, because parent nucleus is a heavy nucleus, and when fission products are formed, that much energy is released, some neutrons are also emitted. Therefore, fission products have less mass than that of parent nucleus. This is the process of nuclear fission. When one uranium nucleus undergoes the nuclear fission reaction, that means when one neutron absorbs into the heavy nucleus of uranium, it will produces 2 fusion products and also emits 3 neutrons. 3 neutrons are emitted plus energy is also reduces. Energy is also releases. When these 3 neutrons again absorbs to the uranium nucleus, then it will again forms the 2 fission products and 3 neutrons again. Second neutron also forms 2 fission products and 3 neutron with release of energy. Means when one uranium nucleus undergoes the nuclear fission, 3 neutrons are emitted. 3 neutrons are emitted, which subsequently disintegrate into 3 neutrons and 2 fusion products. Therefore, it will produces 9 neutrons. Such a chain continues by itself. Therefore, very short time, large energy is liberated, which can be utilized for destructive, that means dangerous explosives, or for peaceful purpose. For example, nuclear plant. That energy releases by nuclear fission is stored and useful for different purposes. Means it is a chain reaction of nuclear fission. 1 neutron to uranium, it will produces 3 neutron. Again that 3 neutron produces 3 neutron, 2 fission product, means total 9 neutrons. Again 9 neutron will form 27 neutrons. That is a chain reaction of nuclear fission. The process continues indefinitely, leading to a chain reaction which continues even after removal of the bombarding neutron. Means if bombarding neutron is removed from the nucleus, the process will continues. It is called as chain reaction. And energy released per fission from first, second, third per fission, it is approximately 200 millielectron volt. Next nuclear reaction is nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion, it is the process in which 2 or more lighter nuclei combine together or fuse together to form a heavy nucleus, which is accompanied by large amount of energy. Means when two lighter nuclei are fused together, it will forms a heavy nucleus. Or when 2 nuclei which are having low mass will combine together, it will form another heavy nucleus having high mass. Nuclear fission requires extremely high temperature, because we can also say that nuclear fusion means fusion of 2 nuclei by melting or binding by melting. Therefore, it requires very high temperature, about 10 raised to 8 Kelvin. When there is a nuclear fusion, it releases more amount of energy as compared with nuclear fission reaction. This reaction is mostly carried out in sun and in stars, because sun and star are composed of mainly two compounds of sun and star is hydrogen and helium gas. Both hydrogen and helium gas are lighter nuclei. For example, when one hydrogen will fuse with another hydrogen atom having 1 proton and 0 neutron, means mass of these two nuclei is very less. When these two hydrogen will combine together or fuse together, it will forms a new heavy nucleus which is having 1 proton and mass number is 2, means number of neutron is 1, means it is a heavy nucleus with emission of positron. It is deuterium. If one of the helium atom having atomic number 2, mass number 3, that is 2 protons and 1 neutron combine together with 1 proton of hydrogen, it will forms a heavy nucleus of helium having 2 protons and 2 neutrons with emission of 1 positron. When 1 lighter nuclei of hydrogen and 1 lighter nuclei of deuterium 1 2 will fuse together, it will forms a helium nucleus which is having a mass number 3. Means when two lighter nuclei or two nuclei having low masses will unite together. They forms a heavy nucleus or nuclei with large mass. It is called as nuclear fusion reaction.